the Flesh-Eater Courts. I have a weird fascination with this army. I love the old ghoul models, and to have an army that is just a band of raving cannibals and virile vampires is such a cool concept. I painted an entire army 2 years ago, but when I started painting the Underworld's warband, I wasn't really happy with the color scheme, and I tried something else. Now that my Age of Sigmar itch is back, I wanted to finish all the new models I bought ages ago for this army. And I think I found my color scheme. It's based on a color scheme which I found on Reddit, and I've added the user profile of the original creator in the description. Well, let's paint some emaciated ghouls and savage vampires. After priming the models black, I wanted a purple color to act as the main undercoat. This will act as the shadow color and will tint all the colors added to it to give the models a certain look. I used royal purple from Pro Acryl. This is a very vibrant and deep purple that covers really well. Let's start with the ghouls. I first cover the skin with Baharroth Flesh. I do not try to cover the entire model. I want objects besides the flesh to remain purple. It's also fine if the Baharroth Flesh doesn't cover properly. It's good to have some of the purple shine through. I bring back the purple shadows with Druchii Violet. And next I start layering the skin. I make a mix of 75% grey-brown and 25% vampiric flesh, and then layer the raised areas of the flesh. I personally like to do that in a sketchy way, but whatever you prefer. My next layer is 50% grey-brown mixed with 50% vampiric flesh, so basically just add a little bit more vampiric flesh to the previous mix. Note that this layer will be a bit smaller, so the previous is still shown in parts away from the light source. Then follows a layer of 25% grey-brown and 75% vampiric flesh. You guessed it, I added even more vampiric flesh to the previous mix. By layering you can see more what I'm going for here. A dead, pale looking skin. To bring some life into the skin, I add Flayed Flesh to the previous mix and highlight. This adds a touch of warmth and discoloration to the skin that makes it look more real. Finally, I add Carroburg Crimson to the spots where the skin is thin, like the knuckles, knees and the feet. This adds another touch of warmth, but also a touch of grossness to the skin. And with that the flesh is finished and we continue to the details. The hair on the ghouls get a coat of Corvus Black, a highlight of Storm Vermin Fur, and another highlight of Carex Stone. Because how the hair is sculpted, it's easier to highlight by dragging your brush across. The rags worn by the ghouls get a coat of Stegadon Scale Green, a highlight of Thunderhawk Blue, and a highlight of Baneblade Brown to dirty them up, mostly on the bottom edges. Then I add an overall wash of Agrax Earthshade to make them look disgusting and aged. The myriad of bones and rope get a coat of Rhinox Hide, a layer of Baneblade Brown, and a highlight of Ushabti Bone. This I use sparingly so the bones look really aged and dirty. Leather straps and any wood I can find, like the halberds, get a coat of Dryad Bark, followed by a highlight of Baneblade Brown. Then I add a shade of Athonian Camoshade to the wood to discolor it a little bit, and Agrax Earthshade to the leather. All these small details shouldn't steal the show from the flesh, so I use very little paint here. Flesh eaters don't waste anything from their prey. Flayed flesh is used throughout the army for decorations and banners. I first base coat the flesh with Doombull Brown. I then stipple on a very watered down Bugman's glow to the flesh. This will create a mottled texture. I repeat the previous step, again with a watered down Bugman's glow to further enhance that texture. Next, I highlight the flesh with Cadian Fleshtone and Ghoulish Flesh using stippling and feathering. I add a wash of Targor Raid Shade to the entire banner. This gives a dead purple hue to the skin which looks nasty as hell. On select areas, I stipple on Carroburg Crimson to make those spots of flesh look damaged and bloody. I come back with some Cadian Fleshtone to stipple on a highlight / texture on the flesh again. I repeat that step with Cadian Fleshtone and a little Deepkin Flesh mixed in. And in the end, with a highlight of Deepkin Flesh to make the flesh look pale and dead. I want to do something a little bit different with non-metallic metal. This might be a bit of a convoluted recipe, but I do like it personally. I first base coat the metal with Ashen Grey and shade with Agrax Earthshade. I then come back with Ashen Grey to stipple any texture on the raised areas. Next, I use both Dark Reaper and Storm Vermin Fur to add more layer to the metal. This adds different colors to the metal and makes it look faded and dirty. I add a highlight of Celestra Grey and a final highlight of Ulthen Grey to make the metal shine. I use this sparingly. Finally, I water down some Morbheg Brown to add rusty spots on the metal. I personally think this suits the models. The ghouls are eating a lot, and I want to create some red stains on their faces and hands instead of just adding blood effects. For this, I paint on corn red to the areas I want stained. I highlight with Wasdaka Red, highlight again with Squig Orange, and add a final highlight of Squig Orange mixed with Sunny Skin Tone. The eyes I dot with white paint, and I add Imperial Fist to make them glow an eerie yellow. And that concludes the ghouls. I use some of these recipes on the other models, but let's take a look at the glorious steeds of the Morbheg Knights. I start by coating the skin of the bat with Ironclad Grey. Again, you can see how the purple undercoat tints the grey a little bit. Then in a sketchy way, I layer on several paints to simulate fur. First is Skaven Blight Dinge. Then Storm Vermin Fur. Note that I make each layer a little bit smaller, so the previous one is still visible. Next is Dawnstone. I use the sculpts to show me where to put my highlights. And I end with a highlight of Celestra Grey. You might have noticed I only painted the top part of the bat. The lower part I'm coating with Screamer Pink, added in sketchy streaks. I also paint the nose and lips and the small pieces of wings still remaining. I then layer these streaks with Pink Horror. Note how the purple in the shadows really works nicely with these tones. And I end with a highlight of Cadian Fleshtone. Using fleshy tones as highlights always brings some life to the models. The hair I do a little bit differently than the ghouls, which I base coat with Dark Reaper. Layer on Thunderhawk Blue and highlight with Phyrexian Grey. The claws are painted using Stegadon Scale Green and highlighted with Phyrexian Grey. And that's the bats done. Let's have a look at the two vampires in the Spearhead. I start with a base of Anthracite Grey. leaving some of the purple in the deepest recesses. Like the ghouls, I'm going to work with mixes. I mix 75% Anthracite Grey with 25% Warm Grey and layer on the skin. Then I add a bit of Warm Grey to give an even mix of both colors and layer again. By adding more Warm Grey, we get about 25% Anthracite Grey with 75% Warm Grey. And finally, I add Flayed Flesh to the previous mix to create the final highlight. I also want to add some dried blood parts to the vampires. The places where I want this are base coated with a mix of Anthracite Grey and Dirty Red. I use a sponge to create a random pattern and paint the rest with a brush. I then layer on Dirty Red, followed by the color Carmine. And I end with a mix of Carmine and Sunny Skin Tone. In addition, if you want some parts to really pop, I highlight with pure Sunny Skin Tone on top of that. Other small details are painted the same as I've explained before, so let's have a look at the bases. I start by coating the purple base with Akhelian Green. Now normally you use contrast paints on light undercoats, but at least this paint colors really well on a dark surface. I love the turquoise blue base color it gives. I then start with a series of layers. I do this in a sketchy way and I don't layer everything. I focus on the parts that would be hit by light, leaving the rest dark in the shadows. I first use Archaic Turqoise, then Temple Guard Blue, followed by Baharroth Blue. And I end with a mix of Baharroth Blue and Ice Yellow. To add a bit of color variance to the base, I use burnt umber pigments in the shadows. I add the pigment to the base and then with a damp brush use it as a thick wash. I totally forgot to add blood effects on the models, so I do that right here. I use blood for the blood god. I use it sparingly, mostly on the mouth of the ghouls and parts where the models have flesh they're eating. Finally, I paint the rim of the base with Corvus Black and we're done. And here we have a fully completed spearhead for Age of Sigmar and the start of my new Flesh-Eater Courts army. For the list I want to play, this means I have to repaint some old models, but mostly it will consist of the newer release models. I'll definitely make a video on Usharon when I get to him. Although I have a couple of tutorials filmed, my output on the channel has been a little slow of late. I'm not sure if this will increase or decrease. I'm trying to focus on doing stuff I enjoy instead of working off the many to-do lists I usually have. But I will be back with tutorials. In the meantime, be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, where I show photos of current projects and behind the scenes stuff. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching.